Well, today might be the Super Bowl, but for florists, the real game day is right around the corner. Of course, we are talking about Valentine's Day. Today, I have with me George Clements, owner of George's Flowers in Roanoke. George, thank you for joining me today. All right, we have some gorgeous flowers here. I'm so excited. I love Valentine's Day. I love flowers. But for you guys, what makes Valentine's Day such a big deal? This is a big holiday for you.
Yeah, it's our big game day next Friday. And listening to that first alert weather forecast, I'm just a little bit extra cautious because our delivery drivers are emotional transportation specialists, and we want to make sure we get all those flowers delivered.
Absolutely. Got to get them there in one piece. Got to get our drivers there in one piece.
Yeah.
But this is your biggest holiday of the year, by far.
It is. It is our busiest time period. We typically do almost 3 weeks worth of business in about 4 days.
Wow. That is a huge deal for you guys. And now you're here and you're going to show me how to make a very special floral arrangement for, your loved one this Valentine's Day. So walk me through how what's your thought process when you're making an arrangement?
Okay, well, first of all, we're looking at the order the customer has placed, and maybe they had some special request, or they said, hey, her favorite color is purple or his favorite color is red. So we're gonna work from that information our designers do, and all of our designers are provide expert workmanship, and they have lots of years of experience in producing the exact perfect arrangement for that Valentine's sweetheart.
Absolutely, and I'm sure roses are a big seller for you guys for Valentine's Day. So let's walk through. What does that look like for you?
Okay, well, we have thousands of roses right now in stock, and our team was working all day yesterday. They'll be there today, processing flowers, getting them ready, because when we take those flowers out of the box, they're not immediately usable.
Yeah.
We have to process them and hydrate them so that they give the longest bloom life possible. And then when you get them home, there's a few steps you can take to make them last longer.
Absolutely.
So one thing, you want to make sure that you've got clean water and a clean vase. You want to use flower food. And the information will be on the back of that packet of how much water versus the food. And in between, I've got a little thing here that will help something that we do. We have this clear tape here that
yeah, you've got some clear tape here.
Right. And so we make a grid, and that grid is going to be the mechanics that hold our flower arrangement together. So we are going to start with some greenery here. This is called salal. Pretty foliage here, and we're just going to go around the edges.
Got to give it like a little framing.
Right. And this is going to give us the structure to hold it together. One thing that you're going to always want to do is be sure and cut your stems as they're going in, because the stems begin to heal over pretty quickly, and they won't take water up. That's extremely important.
And I notice you're cutting them at a slant.
At a slant, correct, right. That is so that when the stem gets to the bottom of the vase, that it doesn't get up against the vase, impeding that water flow too. This here is called Israeli ruscus. It's a very long-lasting greenery, lasting in like months.
And I definitely think this is the kind I see the most when we're looking at roses and Valentine's Day arrangements.
Correct.
Because you do want those flowers to last. You do want those arrangements to last. And you talked about the flower food. Are there any other tips you have for, getting those flowers to last maybe just a little longer? Okay.
Well, you want to keep them in a cool location. You want to keep them away from any sort of heat source. And typically you're going to want to keep them away from hot sunshine, because that's going to make the flowers go through their life cycle quicker.
And I think some people may think, oh, they're getting more light if we put them near the sun, but really, we don't want them to get too hot.
So cool room, and if you have flowers and you want to keep them for, say, the next weekend, we always tell people, hey, if you've got a little bit cooler room or possibly a garage that's unheated, put your flowers out there.
Yeah.
That'll add several days, and you'll be able to maybe carry them back to if you're having an event a following weekend or so.
Absolutely. And now you've got these beautiful roses, and while we're doing that, I want to talk to you a little bit about the importance of shopping local for your flowers, because you guys are a locally owned store. You've been around for a very long time, and I mean, if anyone knows the importance of shopping local, it's you.
Yeah. So the one thing is you want to avoid the middleman, and right now in our industry, there's a lot of different middlemen that operate, and they're adding markup to flowers and to product that's really not adding a value to it. It maybe makes a convenience factor for the consumer. But you want to be sure, and if you're looking online, there's a number of things. You want to make sure that they have an About Us section. You should read that. You should look and see that they have a local address. Because remember, everything you read on the internet, there's people that are paying for sponsorship ads, and those may be some of those national firms that are simply operate as middlemen.
Yeah.
So you want to talk directly, if you can, to your local florist. You can order from their website. You can go in. We have customers that contact us by phone, by web, and in store. And we love when people come into our shop because we get to show off and they can see our designers.
And you can work with them in person.
Right.
See what they want. And if you go to the About Us section on your page, you'll get a little bit of the history of your store. And I mean, it helps you connect with your customers so much more. So, George, we thank you so much. You're almost done with this beautiful arrangement.
Okay.
And this is just a little bit of a sneak peek of what you could see. And is it too late to order for Valentine's Day?
It is not too late. We hope that we'll be taking orders right up through Valentine's Day. We'll have stuff at some point. Our delivery windows will close because we can only accept a certain number, but that's a pretty big number. But we'll have things available for pickup for customers, and we'll have that cooler fully stocked.
Perfect. Well, George, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for making this beautiful, beautiful arrangement. And we will have all of George's information on how you can order on our website at WSLS.com. Thank you, George.
You're welcome.